It is crazy to me that there are more Pokemon fans out there that are fluent in more languages than one. Especially with how Pokemon is just straight up posting free study content for you on their YouTube. I'm Nick. I've learned multiple languages, mostly through my hobbies, and when I'm not playing Pokemon, I'm usually watching something on YouTube. And I recently realized that Pokemon TV might be the channel I should have been watching all along. Not only is it a great trip down memory lane, but those daily episodes can actually keep your momentum going. It's the perfect input between study sessions. So when I'm studying, I prefer getting a mix of both active and passive input. Active input is stuff like using Duolingo, reading books, and even playing games. But this is passive input. It is generally less heavy for you to consume, and it is therefore easier to start on days where it could be a bit heavier to get started. I've suggested Disney Plus before, and while that has been great, there are some limitations that YouTube just doesn't have. Netflix especially, but also Disney Plus to some extent, has a selection that differs depending on where you are. But YouTube doesn't have that problem. That means that you're going to be getting the exact same results as me if you were to try out this method, provided you're learning the same language. While you can of course use your computer, you're probably going to be benefiting most from using it on your phone. You see, YouTube, for some reason, has different settings available depending on where you're consuming content from. If you're using it for language learning and you're learning one of the less common languages, then a feature called auto-generated subtitles is going to be super useful for you. That is not available on your computer. I suggested that you should use your phone, but television probably works quite well too if you have a smart TV. I just don't have that available myself, so I can't verify it. But if someone could drop a comment below to verify it, then that would be amazing. This is something that Pokemon started doing 10 months ago. They post a new episode on their channel every weekday, and they're currently about 20 episodes into Season 5, which also happens to contain the Johto League Silver Conference, which is probably my favorite part of the series as a whole. But less about that, since they're posting 5 episodes a week, it means that you're getting a steady flow of episodes to watch. They are old episodes though, and if you aren't someone who has a bunch of nostalgia tied to this series, then it probably won't work as well for you. I wouldn't say that I'm watching an episode frequently enough, ever have to worry about running out of episodes. Back in 2021, there was a time period where I was really going hard at it. Back then, I was using a website that I found to watch episodes in Portuguese, and I watched the entirety of the X and Y series and most of Sun and Moon that way. But especially during the X and Y series, as I was nearing the end of that, I was watching around 15 to 20 episodes per day. I'm not saying that you have to enjoy Pokemon that much, but I noticed some pretty rapid improvements during that time. Of course, that was also me doing 6 to 7 hours of just input, so that is a given. But most of the time, it didn't feel like I was studying a whole lot. I was just watching a show that I really enjoyed. Back then, I was also just watching in 480p, so that says something about how much I was enjoying it if I managed to put that amount of hours into it, despite the poor resolution. I don't think you'll have 6 to 7 hours to put into language learning every day, even if it's something low effort like just watching YouTube videos, but I'm almost certain that you're going to find enough time to watch 20 minutes of something that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be Pokemon either, it can just be something that you enjoy watching on YouTube in general. I found a podcast about fitness in French a week ago, and all of the episodes are posted on YouTube, which means that I was able to turn on subtitles and therefore still understand a bit more since I'm still learning when it comes to French. The ideal is of course going to be to find something that you can watch in your target language instead of only having access to subtitles. But I will probably be making an in-depth video looking at the difference in just learning from subtitles or in learning from just listening, and different combinations of the two somewhere down the line. Just know that you're going to have a different experience based on how you get the inputs. As a side note, I watched several thousands of episodes of anime in Japanese, and I can tell you that you're not going to be learning Japanese anytime soon if you keep the subtitles on in English. I know that not everyone that watches this video is a native speaker of English, so if you happen to be watching with auto-generated subtitles, then it would be amazing if you could share what language you're watching in currently. I'm currently working on my version 2 of what I call the Fluent Habits workbook, which is your own 30-day workbook that goes through the habits that you need to start learning on your own. But if you haven't yet checked out the first version, it is available using the link below. I'll be done with version 2 of the workbook as soon as I can, so look out for that. Version 1 is available for free, by the way. If you're watching this close to when it comes out, then odds are that I'm still working on the next video, which is going to be a comparison between Pokemon Legends ZA, which was the newest game that just came out from Pokemon, and Legends Arceus, which is sort of the predecessor. So if you want to know which game I think is better between the two of them for language learning, then yeah, that video is coming up next. And if you're finding this somewhere down the line, then it's probably available right now.